Hello, my planner friends. It's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I'm going to be doing my Plan With Me video for the week of November 2nd through the 8th in my Happy Planner. And this week I am going to be using the Simple Stories collection called Happy Farmhouse. No, it's called Fall Farmhouse. And basically I'm going to be doing for the month of November kind of like a fall floral pumpkin themes for each month. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So the first thing that I wanted to do was pull out a page from the 6x8 paper pack that I also purchased Tuesday morning. And I went ahead, I wanted to do, like I said, this month's spread themes are going to be kind of like a fall floral and pumpkins. So I thought that would be a perfect way to start it with the Hello Fall, even though it's been fall since end of September. But for some reason, it's like I really don't consider I don't know, it doesn't feel like fall until like November in California specifically. Like we get like a couple of weeks in November and a little bit in December that kind of sort of maybe feel like fall. Anyway, I pulled out this pumpkin paper, and then I also pulled out that floral. I don't end up using that. And then there's a couple of stickers on there, the pumpkins and the floral that I wanted to pull. And then I wanted this little pumpkin thing that I end up not even using. I cut that out, and then I don't end up using it. Just didn't fit with the design. And then there was a lot of the die cuts that I also pulled out from the stash. So you'll see that during the construction of the page. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the page vertically because I felt like, no, horizontally, because I felt like it was really more, it was like a horizontal picture. So I'm just going to do the middle section. So kind of going back to basics with these ones. Not sure if I mentioned before, but my Halloween spreads were a little bit more like, I kind of made like scenes, like sceneries in my planner. So this is kind of like more traditionally how I plan typically. So again, wanted to try to incorporate that piece of paper because of the floral, but went up against those pumpkins, it just didn't work. And I went ahead and decided to pull this piece of paper because on the back of the Hello Fall paper, it had that paper. So I thought that would work well. And so I'm just going to use that. The only place I'm going to use it is in the side panel there. And that's really all the paper I'm going to use. I'm just going to use that one piece and then the strip across the center page. I have to admit, it's kind of a nice difference between that and my Halloween because I had so much paper in my Halloween, and just cutting all of those different pieces out is very time consuming. So it was kind of nice only having a couple pieces of paper. And if you're interested in what I'm talking about, I do have all of my, I have a playlist of all of my planners in my description box. So you can take a look at that if you'd like. All right, so I'm just going to get this little piece cut down and into the different areas. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to start doing a little bit of decorating. I want to there was a couple of pieces in the die cut set that I really wanted to make sure that I incorporated. So I'm kind of like pre-planning a little bit and just kind of setting up some of the different components. And so that's what you see me doing here, is kind of setting up those things. Now, where they're going is not necessarily where they're going to go. I did change things up a little bit when I actually put them on the paper, but generally when I do the middle piece like that, when I have like a strip of paper going through the middle piece, I try to always have like a focal point in the middle there, something that kind of stands out from just being like a part of the planner. So the piece that I just set down, I am actually going to use that as a focal point. So I will pull that piece back in a minute. And then I had a bunch of label die cuts that came from the collection that I'm going to go ahead and use. Now, like I said, a lot of these pieces aren't going to actually go where I'm placing them, but I just wanted you to kind of see the process and kind of how I do it. So, you know, kind of just setting things up and seeing what I like, and then ultimately, you know, changing it up as I see fit, but that's kind of how I do it. And then I glue everything down afterwards. All right, so I'm going to, again, just kind of organizing my thoughts. And then I still didn't like that I didn't have that focal point in the middle, so I'm trying to find a focal point to put there. And then that's where I thought I could bring in the chipboards stickers. But so I had a couple of pumpkin stickboards, stickboard. I had a couple of pumpkins that I wanted to use that were in the chipboard set. So that's where I pulled back in that thing, because again, I wanted it to have that floral element. So I liked the little border was floral. And then I liked that that kind of, that floral chipboard there kind of rounded the corner, kind of finished off that look. And then I decided that I was going to pull out a bunch of little words from this chipboard or the die cuts and put them on there as well. And that's really all I did for kind of my preload. Now I'm going to go ahead and get everything glued down. So I'm just using my Fabri-Tac here again. I really enjoy using this kind of wet glue because it gives me some wiggle room. I used to be like I only used like glue adhesive, but ever since I've been using this Fabri-Tac, I just really like that glue, and it just seems to work really good for me. So I didn't like the purple lines at the top, so I decided to go ahead and cut some of this washi tape that came in the collection and just cover up that top line. Now I am also going to put a sticker down that has some of the same kind of floral at the bottom to kind of adjust, just so it kind of has the floral pieces both in the top line and then also in the bottom. So I'm just going to get that tape on both sides and then get that other piece glued down. And then once we do that, it's going to be sticker time. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my planner now. I really like how it turned out. I think it's kind of like interesting from my Halloween planners. I really liked them, but I do really liked that I kind of went back to basics and just a lot of area to put a lot of different things. So, yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I'm very happy with it. And then I hope you guys are too. I am about to show you my last week's after the pen. So I'm going to flip back through and find that. And here's what it ended up looking like. So you can see I added all the little stickers on all the little posts and really love how this one turned out. I think it's probably one of my favorites. So I don't know. We'll have to see at the end of the year if that's still the case. But so far, it's one of my favorites. All right, so there is my planner layout. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.